Welcome to Central Innovations. I'm Princess the Goddess, or you can call me P2G for short. And welcome to the Community of Mirrors. Here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, I know that we are trying to migrate our community over to a smaller, more familiarized platform so that we can have more of an open talk. But until we can find our home, YouTube has got us, okay? So I want to say welcome to anybody who's new and welcome back to all of my mirrors here in the community. We like to do roll call. We like to know how far our school extends. So please make sure that you put your city, your state, your country, whatever makes you proud, put it in the comments. You can put it in the chat or you can put it in the comments. We will check later, okay? What's up, Andrew? How you doing? Okay, so if you're catching the replay of this video, please go ahead and put your location in the comments below the video, okay? Tonight's topic, I don't know if you guys seen the title or whatever, but tonight's topic is put it all on the table before sex. Okay. Hey, what's up, Jorge? Jorge Chavez. Hey, good evening. Good evening to you too, baby. Ben Stock, what's up? Woo woo, Awa in the house. Okay. All right, we know Scotland is up in this beer because he's always in this beer. Okay. Okay. Hey, what's up, Chris, Florida? From okay, Los Angeles, California. I have to come out there to California. I'm gonna come. My sister and I, we were supposed to go to California, but I don't. I got caught up with you guys and trying to make sure that the community is running smooth and you guys are getting the info that y'all need. Okay, but yeah. So tonight's topic: put it all on the table before sex. Now, this topic is brought to you by a community member himself, okay? There was a time in which I was asked, why do these women behave like this when I'm trying to tell them that I don't want a relationship or I don't want a long-term thing with you? Why are these women behaving like this? Why are they being crazy? Why are they acting, like everything's okay at first, but then I tell them that I don't want a relationship or a commitment, then they start acting all nuts and they start acting crazy, right? And I was like, okay, well I mean, that's a natural reaction to a rejection, especially if that's what they want too. But then once I get to questioning more, because I am an investigative soul, and that is why I'm so good at my job with you guys, of course. So I got to asking a little bit more questions, and I was like, so are you having sex with these women? Like, have you this conversation you're having with them about not wanting a relationship and not wanting what they want or whatever? Does this happen after you have already had sex with them, or are you trying to get them to have sex with you first, and then you're letting them know this, and then they're going crazy? And you know what he said? After sex. Yeah, I let them know. I let them know exactly what I want. I mean, after we have sex. I don't know. Hey, Gilbert, thank you, love. You say so gorgeous. I try to keep my skin milky. Okay, so Gilbert, I don't know if you heard me talking, but so he said that he would explain to these women that I don't want anything with you after they had already had sex. Okay. So this led me to believe that there is some type of misconception when it comes to what exactly is happening in that exchange of sexual intercourse. Like, what's going on? What's happening that if a man tells you he doesn't want you or doesn't want anything after this, that you're going nuts, right? Okay. So let's say you're in the club. You guys, I'm going to explain to you why this is such an intimate situation, okay? And I know tonight's lesson is lecture style, but please, if you have any questions, do put it in the comments because I'll check it out, okay? Let me check right now before I get into the story. Before I get into my example, Andrew says, that's crazy, LOL, after the fact. Yes, after the fact, okay. But we just know one because we all do what we can do at the level that we know what we're doing, the knowledge, right? We all, I don't know if I said that right. Let me try and say it again. All you can do is the best at the level and the information level at which you are at. That's the best you can do. The all the information you have, with all that together, that's, but if you're missing some information, it's gonna look like it's not your best. But we do the best we can where we are. I don't know why I couldn't just say that. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It'd be funny. Okay. We do the best we can with the information that we have. Okay. So this particular individual did not understand what exactly is happening during a sexual encounter that makes a woman in particular very crazy when she feels rejected after such a transaction. Okay. So let's say you're going into you're in a club. Hey, how you doing, love? Josianic. Let's say you're in a club, Josianic, right? And someone walks past you and they step on your shoe. How do you feel about that? More than likely, if you're like any of the people that I know, hey, what's up, Sherman? Sherman, if you're like any of the people that I know, if you're in a club and someone steps on your shoe, you're gonna have a problem. Why? Why are you gonna have a problem with this? Because you feel like they violated your personal space, right? So if in that context, someone stepping on your shoe, touching your body, your person, makes you upset because they're violating your space, go with me a little bit to what exactly takes place during a sexual encounter. You have the woman who is now laying on traditional. I know you can say, oh, people have sex in different positions. That's great. Yes, I know. I recommend some of those positions. But traditionally, missionary style sex between a man and a woman, a heterosexual couple. What's up, D. Anthony? You have a woman who is laying on her back. Now, I have a military background. If someone is laying on their back, they're pretty defenseless. Think of a turtle. Okay, you know what I'm saying? A turtle has a shell on its back. When it's on its back, it's got a shell underneath too, but it's not as thick as the one on its back. Okay. She's in a very vulnerable position. Physically, she is on her back. Okay, she's on her back. So now you have her in a physically vulnerable position. And now you are going to be sharing her vessel with her. Literally, like you are inserting yourself inside of her vessel and sharing her vessel with her. Okay, so she is now open. She has received you. Okay, she received you. Now you get mad if you're in a club and somebody steps on your shoe. You have now physically entered her vessel, and now you're occupying her vessel with her. Okay, so I don't know, y'all need to keep up. This is happening during a sexual encounter. Okay, You have her in a vulnerable position. She's on her back, and now her legs are completely open, right? Because she has to open her legs to receive. And now you are sharing her vessel with her. Okay. I have a question that says, I have a question to ask you privately about my relationship. Okay. Just send me an email at risha@sensualinnovations.com. That's RISHA at sensualinnovations.com. Or you can use any of the links below to make an appointment or whatever. Okay. Okay. Now, back to this position, this woman. Okay. So she's laying on her back, her legs are wide open. She has literally opened herself to literally receive you inside of her vessel, right? And now you guys begin to make magic. That's what we'll call that. You guys begin to make magic. And I call it magic because now you are participating in an act that is releasing endorphins and all different types of feel good chemicals during the action. Okay, you got skin on skin contact. I don't know if you guys know, but the reason why doctors have babies lay on mommy's chest without any clothes is because it helps build the bond. The chemicals off her skin and the endorphins that are made during this process help the baby to become, balanced, and helps the baby to, survive, especially when it's a preemie. Okay, so now you guys are skin to skin like that, creating that bond. And now you guys are exchanging energetic um messages, or it's just you're exchanging your energy. Let's just say you're exchanging your energetics now. You're giving her some of your energy and she's getting some of your energy. Now, this is the problem. This is where the problem comes in, and this is why the women act so crazy. Now we would set the stage. We understand why, she is vulnerable during this interaction. But now you guys are exchanging energies, and she does not know how much energy to give you. And by nature, women are very giving. So if you guys have not already talked about this, if you have not already given her a limit, a restriction before you guys got into bed, now she's over giving herself because she's not sure of how much of herself to give you. And women are very giving, so they will give you a lot of themselves. That's why you got women that would do almost anything for a man. And I know it happens the other way around, but stick with me. We are talking about why a woman behaves this way, okay? So now she doesn't understand how much of herself to give you during this interaction, and she overgives because that's in her nature, okay? Now, if you had just told her before you guys had this sexual encounter that you were not interested in any long-term type of situation, so that during this exchange, she can have the discretion to give or to not give as much of her energy during that exchange as she is willing. Okay, so you're cheating her out of the opportunity to limit herself and how much she is willing to give to you during this exchange of herself. Does this make sense? I hope this makes sense. I hope I'm not like going over your heads here. Okay. Now, let's see. Then he wouldn't haven't gotten any. That if he tells her up front, then it is very true that she may very well not participate in that exchange at all with you. But that's the that's the risk you run when you okay, so it's like saying, well, I'd rather take away their choice to be with me or to not be with me based on our differences of desires. Okay, so you basically have differences of desires. You don't want a long-term relationship or anything like that, and she doesn't want this or that. So you're intentionally deceiving her so that she does not have the power of choice. That's what's happening. You're intentionally making or creating a situation in which if certain information were made available that she would have made a different choice, you're taking that from her. Right? So now you are depowering, or I don't know what if there was a proper word. I've never had to use that word before, but now you're taking the power from her. Not only have you made her vulnerable, or not you, but not only has she allowed herself to be vulnerable in this exchange, you know, physically in an protective and unprotective position during sex, and wide open, and you sharing her vessel, complete vulnerability, right? So to say, like, well, then you probably wouldn't get any, then I think that may be the best price to pay. You know what I mean? Because now you got to think about, you're deceiving people, okay? That's half the energy comes back for you, okay? And I don't know if you guys believe in that kind of stuff, but it comes back in for you in such a way that now you're going to be worried about people deceiving you. So now you're creating your own mental turmoil, okay? So I wouldn't do that. I would just be straight up upfront, and the situations don't usually turn crazy when you're upfront. If a woman has had time to prepare and she knows that, you don't want anything long term. Now, she may begin to, you know, want a challenge now to see if she can change your mind, but now she has not been, her power hasn't been taken from her. As a matter of fact, I don't know, maybe you just empowered her. But yeah, you have empowered. You do. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. You have empowered her now. And, so it doesn't always mean that the answer is going to be no. All right. Let's see. Isaac says, there is no choice. I'm being taken away. There's no choice being taken. There is a choice. Okay. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but just in case this is what you're saying. If you're saying that by not being upfront about your intentions is not taking away someone's choice, if that's what you're saying, I don't know, maybe you want to rewind this video later if you're live, so maybe you want to go watch it again. But the reason you are taking someone's choice is because you are withholding information that if it were put on the table for her to examine, she might have chosen something different. But by you not even releasing the information or making it available to her, now that other choice that she might have taken is no longer available to her because she doesn't know what she doesn't know. Okay? So I hope that helps explain, or, further explain what I was saying about the choice being taken away. And okay, so I hope that makes sense. Okay. Now, what can you do to not have a situation turn crazy? Well, one, you can be honest and upfront. Be honest and upfront about what it is that you actually want out of the connection. I'm not saying you have to tell all of your business. That's not what we're saying. What I'm saying is, as far as entertaining this connection goes, what is it that you are looking for? Why do you need this connection to exist? You should be open and honest about that. That's what I'm saying. So that later nobody can come back and say that you didn't make them aware. Hey, I mean, how you doing? Okay. So be open and honest. And then two, not only are you going to be open and honest, just to make sure that this doesn't happen, you're going to mess with people or interact with people who want the same thing you want. That's why you put it all out on the table first. You talk about this as adults. We should be able to talk about this. It's the whole point of the campaign, because people have trouble opening their mouths and talking about their, what they expect sexually and what they want. And then they don't talk about it. They throw it, to the side, and then later on, then they're having problems because no one wanted to talk. Okay, we're adults. We can talk about it. Sex is okay to say. It's okay to talk about. It's how you got here. Okay. All right. You want to chew water? Okay. Power woman color. I wanna. Okay. You want to serve? You're hilarious. Rahak says, "Hello, princess. How are you tonight? Love your show. Thanks, sweetheart. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Just trying to set the record straight here so the masculine energy can understand why the feminine would lose her mind after giving or having that interaction and then being told that nothing's gonna become of this." Okay. Anyway, so I hope this has helped you. This was a topic that I wanted to share. The campaign is happening right now. It's okay to say sex. I'm trying to do the best that I can to spread the word. So make sure you spread the word too. And on June 28th, okay, June 28th, 2020, I am pushing the national movement for everyone on that day to write hashtag say sex in awareness of the normalization of the word sex, okay? On June 28th, okay? I hope you're down. I'm down. I'm hoping we flood the internet, and I'm going to work really, really hard to make sure that I am putting the message out. And the ways that you can support, the ways that you can help is just come on over, look at the campaign page, and just figure out how you want to support the movement. Everything that you can do, everything that's available for you to you is on that page. And the web page is www.centralinnovations.com/it's-okay-2-say-sex. Okay. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you next week here. I'll make sure that I let you know where the new platform is going to be from here. So I'll see you next time. Okay. Love you. Bye.